Hi-ho, everyone, and welcome back to the adventures of Turwinkle, the Gnome Mage. Well, hi, Turwinkle.
Hi there.
Are you all set for tonight?
Sure.
Well, great. Tonight, we are going to interview Sareen. And so we're going to have a lot of fun doing that. And in fact, she is with us right here. And so what we're going to do is we are going to just sit down and have a lovely talk with Sareen and find out all about her. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll just hop right in. So let us go ahead and sit down, and we will be right back with some questions. All right, well, here she is, Serene, the camel hoarder. Okay, let me first of all ask, what is the camel hoarder title? How do you get that?
There are mysterious camel figurines that you can find throughout Oldham, and if you find them, they will either crumble to dust, or they will teleport you to a location in Feralis where you fight a boss, and this boss will drop the gray camel reins, and you also earn this title and a feat of strength.
Oh, wow. So that's is it a pretty hard fight?
No, I did it back at 85. It was very easy.
Oh, okay. And so you are very proud of that, though.
I am, because I love mounts so much.
Oh, great. Well, so folks, as you can see here, we have Serene Starfire. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about your character.
She's the sister to Lucian. She's also known as Serene Aladdin Yusuf. She's a student of the Conclave of Azora. Her name in the game right now is Serene the Camel Hoarder. She's a level 90 human warlock. Currently she's wearing a masked expression, and I am a shy role player, and I'm out of character at this time.
All right, and so why do you have a masked expression?
She just found out some news that an ex-lover passed away.
Oh. Oh no, what happened?
The details are unknown. She received a letter, and actually it was a friend of hers that received it and had shown it to her. And at the time, there were other things she had to deal with. She had a class she had to go to, and she didn't want to reveal those emotions to other people.
Oh, okay. So are you a teacher then in the Conclave of Azora, or are you a student?
I am a student. I am seeking to learn and increase my power in the dark magics.
Oh, okay. So what we're going to do next, folks, is we're going to take a quick look at Serene's MRP. So we'll be right back to do that. All right, so we're sitting down and we're comfortable, and now we're going to kind of go over the MRP section of Serene's character. So let's take a look here. And Serene, if you want to kind of just go over this with us, that'd be great.
I am a shy role player. Currently, I'm out of character. Serene's eyes are green. She's human. She is 5'4", and she's petite. Currently, she has a masked expression, which we discussed earlier. Her description is she has a mid-back length red hair, and it frames a petite and innocent-looking face. She usually has a smile on her face and deep green eyes to match the emerald drop earrings backed with silver on her small ears. At the base of her neck is a matching emerald pendant on a short silver chain. Her body is petite and well proportioned. She has small, delicate hands with long fingers and a scar on her right arm that extends from her middle knuckle to the inside of her elbow. Much of the time, the scar is hidden by the sleeve of the robe and the gloves she wears. Her feet appear to be small in her soft silk shoes. She has a light laugh, and her voice is smooth and feminine. She has no accent. When she speaks, it's clear she's educated, and her words are easy to understand. Serene always carries a medium-sized satchel with her, and it hangs over one shoulder, over her head, as one might wear a purse. It's made of a brown leather, and although it looks well taken care of, it appears to be worn. She also carries a staff that typically hangs across her back. Combined with her dress, it is apparent that she commands magic in some way.
That is great. That is really descriptive. So if someone came up and was wanting to RP with you and they clicked your MRP, they would definitely get a very, very well written description of what they're looking at. How did you come up with all of that? How did that come to you?
Um, it took a few days. I kind of thought about it. Uh, I have red hair, so that's something that I've always just enjoyed playing. Is most of my characters have red hair. I always think green eyes go great with red hair, and she has a lot of characteristics to myself. I'm very short, not quite 5'4", I'm 5 foot, so 5'4" is more of my dream height.
Okay.
And I took part of it off of, she is a warlock, and what would a warlock be like?
Sure. We have to know what happened with the scar.
That was when she was first trying to bind a Voidwalker to her. She had a mishap, and she didn't succeed the first time, and it wound up scarring her and injuring her pretty badly.
Okay. Well, that's a pretty neat part of the RP. That is awesome. Now, let us take a look at the biography here a little bit. You just click that biography tab, and you have quite a history here. This is really, and again, this is really well written. And so we won't have you read it all, but if you could kind of give us a synopsis of your history a little bit.
I can read it all. It's probably the easiest way.
Okay.
She's age 24. Well, I should change what her home is, because at the current time, it is at the Tower of Azora. She was born in the deserts of Kalimdor. As far as which area, whether it was Teneris or she's not sure. Serene was born among a nomadic people who traveled along the southern deserts of Kalimdor. Never staying in one place, she learned of Teneris, Silithus, and Unguro Crater at an early age. She had a growing desire and even showed some talent for the magic arts when she turned 12. And when she turned 12, she traveled to Stormwind to learn more. Although traveling was something she'd always done, she had never been to a place so far away or so different. It was then that Serene grew a passion for traveling. During her time in Stormwind, she trained under a human mage named Nathaniel Starfire. Although he was significantly older than her, she found herself enamored by him, and after 5 years she became his wife. He supported her desire to travel, and it was while traveling together that he lost his life. It's a memory that she holds close to her, and not many know the details. After that time, she returned to her roots with her nomadic clan in the desert. She was 20 at the time and stayed with them for a few years, doing little travel in between. During this time, she had a short second marriage, which she speaks little of. That marriage also ended with a death. She became exasperated at not being able to protect those she loved. Serene had already explored a bit into the realm of dark magic, but she became more obsessed with it, and at the end of her second marriage, she would travel and get a hold of any books she could find relating to the matter to learn what little she could. After discovering the Conclave of Azora, she joined them to pursue her knowledge of fell magic and increase her ability to wield it. She struggles at times to keep control over her emotions and her mind. She seeks a way to better grasp this while furthering her power. It's her goal to never again lose someone she loves because she was unable to protect them. The question now is, will she ever find someone again that she can love?
That is fantastic. You could write a book with that whole storyline. That is really, really good. And how long did that
Thank you.
How long did that take you?
Well, the first part of it was actually what I had thought of as her backstory. the portion after her husband passed away and she moved back to her roots, I actually RP'd all of that. And that's up until now.
Oh, okay. So you use some of the RP that you've actually done as part of your history then.
Yes.
Well, great. Okay, folks, so we've covered this wonderful MRP, and again, you'll find that you'll come across some MRPs that are pretty sparse on their information, and then you'll find wonderful ones like this that really give you a glimpse into who you are RPing with. Now, a lot of people will not know the history part without RPing with someone, and it's kind of a taboo thing if you came up and just knew all these things about her. If you'd read this and then just came up and used that knowledge. That's what some people refer to as God modding. But if you had the chance to sit down and RP and Serene here was talking to you and told you the history, this is what you would learn. And so really, what a wonderful job. So what we'll do here is we'll come back and we'll ask some questions. All right. So one of the first questions I always ask is, how did you come up with your name? Was it from a book? Was it something that you use in other RPs?
This might sound kind of silly, but when I was 15 years old, I worked at a movie theater, and one of my coworkers' name was Serene, and I loved her name. And that year, EverQuest came out, and that's the name I've used, and I've used it since.
All right. Yeah, you'll find a lot of people, once they find a name that they like, they'll take it with them from game to game to game. And so that is great. Well, your friends should be honored to, do they know that you use their name?
They have no clue. They were just a coworker, not really a friend.
All right, great. So, how long have you been RPing in World of Warcraft?
For about 3 years.
So 3 years, and how did you get started?
I was always on PvE servers. I got real bored, and one day I rolled a low-level Warlock on this server just to try it out, and I absolutely fell in love with it. I had random people coming up to me and RP going on around me, and I decided this is where I'm transferring. All my tunes are coming with me.
Now, have you role-played outside of World of Warcraft?
I have not. It's actually something I would love to do. I just don't have a lot of time for it. Or maybe I'm too obsessed with WoW.
Oh boy, the bells are ringing there, folks. Okay, and there should be about 3 more of those.
Yeah.
And it's telling everybody that it is 7 o'clock here in Stormwind. And there we go. So you've not played like Dungeons and Dragons or any of those things?
I haven't. My husband has, and we're actually considering going and getting into some hero cliques and that sort of thing soon. So.
Well, great. So does your husband play World of Warcraft?
At the moment, he does. I'm the one who gets him back in. So right now, he is.
And does he roleplay in the game?
No, he doesn't. He's only on the server because of me.
Okay. And what does he think of your role playing?
He doesn't mind it at all. He lets me do it. Our hours differ a lot, so we don't usually get to do a lot of interaction anyways. I think he would do more of it if we had more time.
All right, because I know, I know for my wife, she doesn't understand it and doesn't want to.
I'm pretty fortunate. My entire family here, we're a gaming family. We have our 2 computers, video game systems, all of us, we're all, my kids, big gamers.
Oh, great. So a family that games together stays together.
I hope so.
All right. Well, we'll come back and we'll ask a few more questions. All right. So another question for you. I noticed in your MRP that you've had two husbands that unfortunately passed away on you. What do you find interesting about in-game relationships insofar as having either like a RP boyfriend or an RP husband? What interests you on that side of role-playing?
Well, actually, to clarify some of this, her first husband was a part of her backstory, so it never
Okay.
actually happened in game. As far as the second marriage, it wasn't to a man.
Okay.
um, and actually, part of the basis for that is, I feel like a lot of people get the wrong idea, and as long as you can find someone who understands that you don't want to do any ERP, then it can be a lot of fun. But otherwise, my husband gets a little leery, so I have her at the current time single. But the person that I was with before understood this, and she was great. She was wonderful. And it's fun to have a companion there, someone you can always RP with, and someone who's going to help you further your character.
Well, sure. I know for myself on other tunes, I have had the same situation, and in fact, I had a tune named Galahad that had a probably, boy, we played 5 to 6 years together, and eventually in the game, we're married because that just kind of was the progression of the storyline. And like you, we didn't do any of the ERP. But we had fun just role playing as husband and wife. And again, because the RP was so immersive, it was the logical destination for the characters. So, well, great. That answers that, and we will come back and ask a few more questions. All right, well, we have covered a little bit about your history and just a tiny touch about you. But let's see, what is Serene doing currently in her storyline? What's happening to her right now?
Right now, she's looking to gain more power. So she has become a student at the tower. She has ingested some demon's blood, which will enhance your spells temporarily. And the first time was accidentally. The second time, she did it on purpose, and you go through some nasty withdrawals. And that was a very big struggle for her, and she has decided that's not the way she wants to do things. So she is researching the possibility of sacrificing demons and strengthening her link with those. She just learned how to summon a fellhound, and so soon I hope to get to the point where she sacrifices it.
Oh, okay. Turwinkle's like, oh, okay. Well, that is wonderful. And I love the Conclave of Azora because it really opens up that whole range of different RP, that study, that knowledge type of RP. And so it really gives you an interesting aspect and a different way to RP, I think, other than just, the hack and slash military type guild where you're able to do these kinds of things. Do you have a lot of people that are involved in your storyline with you?
Yeah, several people at the tower, and there's a couple people that stick out in particular, that really help and lend really good lore information, because I don't really know quite as much as I should, and they really help out great with that.
And who would that be?
Kristen and Ephraim, Fielton, Sang Noir, Fancy, but I love them all.
Well, again, they are a great group, and it just shows. And folks, if you've seen those episodes, the Soup Kitchen episode or the Guild interview, you'll see that it just kind of shines through with these folks. So great, fantastic. So we'll come back with a few more questions here. All right. Well, we always like to find out a little bit about the person behind the screen, and we already know that from what you've said that you're married and have kids, and which is great. We like to know that there are people out there that, because again, you mentioned role play, and in people's minds, they once again they see the fat guy living in mom and dad's basement, no job, eating Cheetos, and just really kind of nerdy and smelly and whatnot. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and we'd like to hear.
I am 30 years old. Sounds terrible to say. I will have been married for 6 years in September, and my husband is 33. We have 2 children. I have a 9-year-old son. His name is Riley. And I have a 2.5-year-old daughter named Kaylin, and she is, of course, Daddy's princess. I work a couple days a week just at our local grocery store, even though I actually have a paralegal degree. But I have multiple sclerosis, and it makes full-time working really difficult, but that's okay. I've got WoW. I enjoy movies. I enjoy video games, obviously. I do a lot with polymer clay. I like to sculpt and make jewelry from it. And I enjoy music.
Well, great. Do you read any at all? Do you like reading?
I do. Mostly fantasy books. Tad Williams is my favorite author.
Oh, awesome. Yes. So great. That is wonderful. Again, that shows that such a interesting person that role plays. You're a mom, you work, you have a job, you do those things in real life, but you also like to role play. And so once again, that proves that role players are just a great bunch of people that aren't necessarily that image that I talked about earlier. So wonderful, wonderful. All right, and we're back, and we know we've got a sense that you like mounts. Well, that's in your title, Serene the Camel Hoarder. And so tell us a little bit about your love of mounts. How many mounts do you have, I guess we should ask, first of all?
I have 225.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, it started out back in Wrath when they had the achievement for the 100 mounts, was that beautiful blue dragon hawk, and I wanted it so bad. So I finally got it, and I just kind of became addicted to them ever since.
Alrighty, well, let's ask you, I guess, what is your favorite mount?
More like I have favorites. I really, really like the Feldrake, which is a trading card game mount. Also the Spectral Tiger. I really like Ashes of Alar and the Onyxian mount, and I like the armored Dragon Hawk out of the ones that I have.
Alrighty, and is there a mount out there that you're currently seeking?
I'm always kind of seeking mounts. There's actually several I should be working on. There's a few bought ones I don't have yet, and there's some farmed ones, like the Drake of the North Wind out of Vortex Pinnacle I don't have, and the Zul'Gurub ones I don't have. So I need to work on those. Invincible is my dream mount. I don't know if I'll ever see it, but I hope one day I do.
Now, how do you get that mount, Invincible?
He drops out of 25-man heroic ICC off of the Lich King. Ice Crown Citadel.
Oh, okay. Well, awesome. That is awesome. So you heard her, folks. If any of those mounts you can get for Serene, feel free to send those mounts to Serene at the Conclave of Azora. Well, wonderful.
I wish.
All right, well, we will come back with one final round of questions, and then we will let you go. All right, folks. Well, we're back here with one final round of questions. So what does the future hold for Serene, do you think?
Well, a lot of it's up in the air. I really look forward to what the Conclave will have in store for us. What I really enjoy about them is that they're very organized with their RP, and so I really enjoy the stories that they come up with. I am looking for her to get more powerful, and who knows? Maybe she'll find someone out there she can really connect with.
Well, I'm not saying anything, but Turwinkle is sitting right here. He's
Well, she does love gnomes.
Oh, okay. Well, Turwinkle may don't be surprised if maybe you find a cookie in the mail from Turwinkle. Just saying.
I'll keep him in mind.
Well, awesome. Well, this has been so much fun. Thank you so much. It's just been wonderful talking to you tonight.
Well, thank you. It's been fun.
Yeah, folks, Serene Starfire has been just, as I said, just wonderful. Very patient with us. Very patient with all of Turwinkle's questions. And so, again, if you see Serene walking around in Stormwind or out in Elwyn Forest around the tower, don't be afraid to walk up and RP with her. She's got obviously a wonderful MRP, wonderful story, and you never know. You may find yourself in one of her storylines, in part of her RP. So, look her up. She's got a wonderful sense about her RP and really has a good grasp on where she's going and what she's looking for. So we'll be back with our goodbyes, and we'll see you folks then. All right, and we're back to say goodbye. And look at this mount, ladies and gentlemen. This thing is absolutely amazing. What mount is this?
It is the Corrupted Firehawk. It's the meta achievement mount for the Firelands raid.
That is amazing. And I mean, and this is one of your favorites? I can only imagine. Holy smokes.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, this thing, I have never seen this mount before. It is wonderful.
Thank you.
Well, and thank you. What a wonderful interview, ladies and gentlemen. And so, Turwinkle, let's give her a nice bow. Turwinkle, give her a nice bow here, sir. Oh boy, he's just not listening. Turwinkle, a nice bow. There we go. He's being grumpy. Alrighty, and give her a nice thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Turwinkle, I know you don't like saying thank you for some reason. For some reason you don't like saying thank you. Try again.
I am in your debt.
Okay, well, that'll work, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you again, Serene. It has been a wonderful time, and we look forward to seeing you and the further adventures of Turwinkle down the line with the Conclave.
That sounds like fun.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Serene the Camel Hoarder, Serene Starfire, Serene the Warlock, and Serene the Keeper of Mounts. So we will see you folks when we get back to the tent. And thank you again, Serene. You've been wonderful.
Thank you. You too.
All right. A wonderful, wonderful interview with Serene. Well done, Turwinkle. What a good job, sir. And she did very well, didn't she?
Affirmative.
Yeah, she really did. So, folks, if you liked the episode, click like. If you'd like to comment on this episode, on the interview, or on Serene, please do so below. Let us know how we did. And lastly, if you'd like to subscribe, we'd love to have you join Team Turwinkle tonight and click that subscribe button. Well, Turwinkle, again, excellent job, sir. Your questions were right on point, and you did just such a wonderful job. You love the bowing. I'd love to see you bow, sir. You did a great job. And I guess, Turwinkle, we will see you next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Turwinkle. Goodbye.